Hello everyone, my name is Kamaljit Sandhu. Today my topic of presentation is teaching about structure of heart. This is a grade 8 science topic. As you know, heart is responsible for circulating blood in our body. So it is important to know first about its parts. So mainly heart has atria, ventricles, septum, valves, aorta, pulmonary artery, pulmonary veins, superior vena cava and inferior vena cava. We will have a look at each part in our next slides. First we will look at atria. The atria are the two upper chambers of the heart as shown in the picture. The left atrium receives the oxygenated blood from the left and right pulmonary veins, which it pumps to the left ventricle for pumping out through the aorta for systemic circulation. There are two ventricles in our heart. These are the lower chambers. These are called ventricles, the right ventricle and the left ventricle. The right ventricle receives blood from the right atrium and pumps it into the lungs via the pulmonary artery, and the left ventricle receives blood from the left atrium and pumps it into the circulation system via the aorta. Next part of the heart is septum. So what is septum? The atrioventricular septum is the middle portion of the cardiac wall that divides the heart into left and right sides. Its job is to prevent mixing of oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. There are four kinds of valves present in our heart: mitral valve, tricuspid valve, aortic valve and pulmonary valve. So what are the functions of these valves in our heart? The mitral valve and the tricuspid valve control blood flow from the atria to the ventricles. However, the aortic valves and pulmonary valves control blood flow out of the ventricles. So let's come to the next part of the heart, which is aorta. The aorta is the largest artery in the body. The aorta begins at the top of the left ventricle, the heart's muscular pumping chamber. The heart pumps blood from the left ventricle into the aorta through the aortic valve. Its small branches supply blood into the ribs and some chest structures. Next part is pulmonary artery. The pulmonary artery carries deoxygenated blood from the right ventricle to the lungs. The blood here passes through capillaries adjacent to alveoli and becomes oxygenated as part of the process of respiration. In contrast to the pulmonary arteries, the bronchial arteries supply nutrition to the lungs themselves. The next slide is pulmonary veins. Pulmonary veins are responsible for carrying oxygenated blood from the lungs back to the left atrium of the heart. This differentiates the pulmonary veins from other veins in the body, which are used to carry deoxygenated blood from the rest of the body back to the heart. These carry blood from the right lung. This next slide is about superior vena cava. So what is superior vena cava? The superior vena cava, also called SVC, is the superior of the two vena cavae, the great venous trunks that return deoxygenated blood from the systemic circulation to the right atrium of the heart. It is a large diameter, short length vein that receives venous return from the upper half of the body above the diaphragm. Our last slide is for inferior vena cava. The inferior vena cava, also known as IVC, is the large vein that carries the deoxygenated blood from the lower and the middle body into the right atrium of the heart. Its walls are rigid and it has valves so the blood does not flow down via gravity. Watch this video for more understanding and take notes for future. Thank you.